so don't mind the background noise too much. I just thought I'd put a real quick video up on YouTube here. Don't want to take too much of you guys' time. If anybody has tried working on these minimacs, okay, they're really not that hard to work on, but I worked on this one over and over and over again. Had multiple carb rebuild kits, have 2 other minimacs that's torn apart that I've used as parts, and just could not figure out what the deal was with this guy. It would run for a little bit and then stall out and die. Well, at first I wasn't thinking nothing of it, but I started working on a Remington over there, old school saw, and the chain kept binding up and then the saw wouldn't run. This was the sprocket on that Remington. You can see just how worn in it is. So I got to thinking, I got a new one of those. That Remington runs fine now. So I started thinking the same thing for this guy. Here's the old one on this one. Not totally shot, but not in the best of shape. You can see it's kind of got some grooves in there. It started binding up, and you can tell the wear on the outside edge of that right there. So I got to looking at some of the others, pulled them apart, and only one of them had, one kind of had a washer similar to that on the inside, acting as a spacer away from that crank seal, and this one here was on another saw on the outside of this guy, but my other 2 saws didn't have this little guy. And looking at that, it looks like it's been rubbed, and the friction has actually caused the inside of that washer to round out. So I figured it didn't belong there. So I took that out, put the other washer on the inside between that sprocket and your crank seal. And obviously I took one of these guys off the other saws, took the best out of the 3. Threw him on there, and now she runs. I just went and burned a whole tank of fuel through, and look at that. It runs nice and smooth now. So that was the problem. If any of you guys have a minimac and you've tried getting the damn thing running and cannot seem to get it to run, I strongly recommend looking into that. Because like I said, I put 3 carbs in this, all had different rebuild kits, different styles that said they fit them, but nothing seemed to work. This one has a slight carb issue, nothing serious, but if I adjust it to idle, it wants to bog when you try to rev it up. But if I adjust it to where it'll rev up, then it doesn't want to idle. So I just kind of found that happy medium with a little bit of bog, but it'll still idle, and left her there. Hope you enjoyed the video.